He's done a really nice job this offseason attacking it. I feel like I saw him almost every day that at least I was in the building and felt like he was here. He had a really, really good OTA spring. Started strong. Obviously, he was dealing with the hammy, so we're excited to get him back in the lineup. But he's taken a step. I think we all feel his speed. We all feel his mental makeup. He's taken a really nice jump from year one to year two. Now, as far as the overall comfort level, would love to, training camp with him getting back. Would love for him to get these reps and continue to find ways to get better. But we're looking forward to seeing what he does this year.
What's sort of the next sort of evolution with him as a slot receiver? As far as what do you want to see him sort of build on as he sort of tries to sort of fit into that spot?
The biggest thing is that he's pretty fast, and a year ago, I don't know if we were able to get all that speed out of him. You're as a young rookie, you're swimming, you're not accessing all your athleticism. Where this year the challenge for him is to throw that fastball every single play, and a lot of times with the players we talk about when you're being watched on tape, make sure everyone knows what your fastball is, and his fastball is speed. And so just the hope this year, or the expectation, would be that he maxes out his speed play in and play out.
Hey, Robert, I know you discussed it a little bit yesterday about the kind of the inter-squad fights that are taking place, certainly with the Giants and Lions. I'm curious how you handle that with your group. What do you tell them? And if you wonder where this is going, since this is this process is going, since these things seem to happen a lot.
It's the same thing we always tell our guys. We're just trying to get better, trying to compete. It is heightened for sure. But like I said yesterday, I know DQ. He and I have a really good relationship, and I know the way he coaches. He knows the way we coach, and I'm not overly concerned. Are there going to be a couple of shoving matches? I'm sure. But our rule here, we just we do our best not to punch. I know we haven't been great at it here in a couple of days ago, or yesterday. But that's the big rule. Just don't punch. You're going to get into these shoving matches, and but like I've told our guys, it's if you throw a punch, you're kicked out of a game. So don't do it in practice.
Is there any part of you that likes that physicality element, though? Obviously you don't want to take it over the edge, but how can that help you guys moving forward here?
You as a coach, you always want your team playing with a little bit of edge, but it's like I said yesterday: are the fights a result of guys going too hard, or is it a result of guys playing cheap? And if the frustration of one another is because one guy is just going so hard and you're getting your butt kicked, and so you have this natural reaction to fight back, and you start swinging. Well, good. You probably needed that. You both needed it, but. So fights happen for many different reasons, but if it's because you're competing your tail off and you guys are just sick of competing because it's been 10 days now, whatever the heck it's been, and you're sick of seeing this big, ugly human in front of you, and you're going back and forth and you're battling every day, if that's the result of why there's a scuffle, then that's fine. It's really not a big deal to me.
Thanks, Robert.
Robert, with Washington coming in tomorrow, just kind of curious how you think it's going to be a barometer for your team, and if there are any position groups you think could really, learn from competing against the Commanders.
It's not a measuring stick, and I wouldn't expect it to be a measuring stick for them either. It's a great opportunity to see new schemes. It's a great opportunity to lean against different bodies. A lot of really good work can get done in these practices if you attack it in a way to get better. And I think both teams will do that. So obviously we've got some positions that we're looking at to see what's been real, what isn't, to see if anyone stands out with regards to, just a comfort level of being able to transition to playing against different people, different bodies, different schemes, and how they respond. Because the flip side, the negative to playing against the same group of guys day in and day out is you get used to it, right? And you get used to seeing these different schemes. the NFL is beautiful because week in and week out, it's new bodies, new schemes, new verbiage, a whole lot of new. And whether or not you can transfer your playing ability from one week to the next. So this would be a good chance for a lot of guys, especially some of the young guys who've gotten comfortable playing against the same schemes and same people, to continue getting better and to show that they can their skill sets transferable week in and week out.
Hey, Robert, do you have injury updates on Ashton? And I think Glazer also left late in practice yesterday.
We're working through today, and we'll have a better idea tomorrow with regards to their availability.
Robert, along the lines of the scheme you were just talking about, seeing a different scheme, how different is Quinn's scheme from yours? Obviously, you guys have the same roots in Seattle. But that's a long time ago now. And you saw him last year in Dallas. Just how different are the two defensive schemes?
So when not taking away, we kind of branched off a little bit, where we went to a more 4-down front. Coverage-wise, there's similarities, but he's more of a 5-down, man coverage, man pressure, match coverage team, where we are a 4-down, zone coverage team. And, so feel like we both do a nice job with regards to attacking protections on third down, but those are very similar. But he's maintained the roots of the 5-down Seattle Seahawk 5-down match man. And then obviously they sprinkle in some of their zone coverages, but we branched off a little bit in 2019 to be more of a 4-down zone coverage defense.
We'll take a few more for Coach.
We've talked a lot about with the preseason and even these joint practices, how the players are looking forward to it. As a coach, are you looking forward to, like, as a staff, just kind of now testing some of these things that you've been working on for the past several months?
Not going to show everything. Not that we don't trust anyone, but it's amazing how some stuff can get out. But the thing that we get excited about as coaching staff is to see our players compete against other people and to see, like I said, what's real, what's not. It's almost like it's either an affirmation or it's okay, this is not where we want our player to be. Let's get back to the drawing board, see what we can do to help him get better. So more excited about our players and their ability to go compete than the execution of from a coaching standpoint, the different schemes that we may have implemented over OTAs. Not really concerned about that as much as I am seeing our players compete against different people and different schemes.
Robert, with Corley,
Last one here.
I feel like his calling card that we heard about from college was his physicality and yards after contact, obviously. Are the preseason games sort of where you can start seeing him do what he does, so to speak? I mean, you're just not really going to stand out in training camp.
No, you're right. So he's heavy in terms of you can feel him when he's getting up there and he's running with the football and you're trying to tag off on him, or in the run game when he gets his hands on you and he's blocking. He's going to be a fun player. Obviously you can't see it all. We can see it. We can see the violence at which he runs when he does get the ball in his hands. So I think I speak for everyone that we're looking forward to seeing him in game action to see how it translates.